Hi, welcome back. So we're in chapter 1 introduction, and that is to discuss the subject of improved conclusion validity. Now in this section, we're just gonna recap again or enhance our understanding of avoiding any kind of a threat to the conclusion validity. The first thing you need again to consider is your comprehensive understanding of all the statistical power we discussed in the previous section. Understanding the importance of the size of the sample, understanding of the confidence interval for each point, then understanding on the use of the effect size, for example, to avoid a kind of first issue considering the relationship between variables. And finally, of course, to understand the meaning of statistical significance to avoid the problem of error 1 or error 2. The second thing you want to consider is the meaning of reliability and validity. Good understanding of them is quite important. And so what is actually reliability? It considers the factor of consistency. And basically consistency starts from your understanding of those space of variables you have defined from your research steps. Next thing you want to do is to capture values of those variables. So that's why you go for instrument. And we have thoroughly come to understand different techniques and different kind of instrument design that we worked in the first book. But the major idea was surrounded against a number of statements. And those statements, we believe they can capture a certain score, which is actually indicating the value of a certain variable at the end. Now, usually we set each statement on a certain score. Maybe in general, it could be 5, 7, it doesn't really matter. So the idea of consistency comes by assuming the following. If somebody would have come to answer the first statement as 5, you want him to answer the end statement as 1. This kind of technique or mechanism, it captures the reliability of the answer or the consistency of the answer. The second factor is considering the validity, and validity considering the factor of accuracy. And basically the factor of accuracy, it goes all the way back to those number of statements that you have defined. Now consistency is quite a bit more specific within the statements. You are designing the idea within the statements that one is the reverse of the other. But accuracy is considering the actual statements, the number of statements you have chosen to capture the value of a certain variable. To reach out to the good accuracy, it's different from consistency. Consistency is more technical, but accuracy, it depends on your understanding or having a strong background on the subject of the problem. That's why domain expert perhaps can get me to make sure that the accuracy is met for that set of answers I'm getting. And as a result, I would avoid or minimize the risk of getting error or having the threat to the conclusion validity. Perhaps this two images is a good representative on the relation between reliability and validity. You might have all the skills to learn how to join those number of dots all together, but you are way far from the center or the goal of your research. This is when you consider only consistency or reliability, but you don't understand the meaning of validity. But if you actually bind those dots together to the right direction on the board, that means you have taken also the accuracy or the validity and the reliability all together in order to improve the conclusion validity. Last but not least, of course, it considers the good implementation for your research. Now, as you have come to understand the kind of a threat to your conclusion validity and what can be done through the use of statistical power and considering reliability, validity, and good implementation, it is the time to start exploration on the main pillar of analysis. And that's exactly what we're going to do next. I will see you then.